Okay, next is fiction. But before we get into fiction, I've got a little on fiction. I didn't know what this would be, like literary criticism, I guess, if I had a section called that. But I don't, so I'll put this before the fiction section. It is called Inspirations. Selections from Classical Literature by Paulo Coelho. I don't know how you pronounce that, but he is the guy who wrote The Alchemist. So check that out. He's got some great pieces in here. He's got stuff from Machiavelli. He's got Sun Tzu, The Art of War, Oscar Wilde, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Hannah Arendt, Eichmann, Hannah Arendt. Oh, geez. She is a Jewish, what would you call her, social theorist. She wrote a lot about Nazism. She wrote a book called Totalitarianism, something like that. I actually read a bit of it. Now I can't think of the title. It's something on totalitarianism. Hannah Arendt with the DT at the end. So she's got a piece in here. It's called Eichmann and the Holocaust. If you don't know about Eichmann, there's a movie that was written on Eichmann, or made on Eichmann. You have to look at that. It's got W.B. Yeats, D.H. Lawrence, Nelson Mandela. There's Robert Louis Stevenson. There's George Orwell. And who else? That's about it. That's the main stuff. But that's great. I'm glad there's some nice pieces in here. There's Mary Shelley's The Frankenstein. So, that'll be great. Some excerpts from classical literature. Okay, now fiction. Lots of fiction. Geez, maybe I'll do the sci-fi first because it's closer to me here. I guess these will go quick. I got the first 5 books of the, what is it? I was going to say Time Machine, but that's not it, is it? What is this series called? It's called Time Machine. A Wheel of Time. Wheel of Time series. Here's the Eye of the World. This is all by Robert Jordan, of course. Eye of the World. Book 2 is called The Great Hunt. Book 3 is called The Dragon Reborn. I think that's book 3. Book 3. Book 4 is called The Shadow Rising. And book 5 is called The Fires of Heaven. Now, I haven't read these, of course. I don't know what they're about. There's fantasy. They're not sci-fi. I guess I said this section was sci-fi, but there's fantasy in here too. These are fantasy. The Wheel of Time is a famous series for fantasy. I guess by book 5, they've got here 11 books. I probably won't buy any more of them because if I don't like the Wheel of Time series, then there's no point in buying the other ones. And I have heard it's terrible to spread rumors, so you shouldn't take this as gospel or as truth. But I have heard that Wheel of Time is a waste of time to read. You get nothing out of it, nothing applicable to real life. I don't know if that's the case, and I'm willing to try it first to make up my own mind, which you should as well. Okay, here is some more fantasy by the same authors. I have also other books by them too. Kathleen O'Neill Gear and W. Michael Gear. Here's The Visitant. Here is People of the Silence and People of the Wolf. I've got lots of their stuff. People of the, and they've got like names. People of the River, People of the Lake, People of the Masks, which I don't own. People of the Myst, People of the Lightning, People of Fire, People of the Earth. I think that's People of the... I said Lightning already. Was there one? There wasn't an ocean one. I think that's it. I might be missing one. I've got all of them except for the Masks. And I have read People of the Lakes and People of the River. And People of the Lakes is fantastic. It's a great adventure book. All of Gear and Gear's books are, if you like historical fiction, they're all historical fiction of Native Americans, so Indians, Native Americans in America, before colonialism, of course. And they're very good. Well, the People of the Lakes is so far the best that I've read. I'm sure the other ones vary in quality, just like any other author. All right, now on to the same kind of stuff. These will be a mix of fantasy and sci-fi, I guess. Here's Diablo, the Sin War, Book 1. The only reason I have this is because it's Diablo, and I used to play Diablo quite a bit when I was a kid. Diablo 1, which was a great game. Diablo 2 I also played a lot. Diablo 3 I never bothered with. I've been there, done that, don't want to get into that anymore. But I thought, I also have, if you watch my previous stuff, I've got a giant one in Diablo. I don't even know what it's called. It's just like got a bunch of stuff in it. But if you want to just search my channel for Diablo, by the way, I put all the books in the description that I list. So if you ever looking for one, just search, type it in my channel, and it should come up. The video should come up. Right? So if you're interested in the other Diablo one I have, then just search for it, and the other one will be in one of the videos. So this Diablo is just a computer game, and it's got a storyline. And have you ever heard of Deckard Cain? Stay a while and listen, that kind of stuff. That's all from Diablo. That was a really neat find. It's called Myst, the Book of Atnas, the Book of Atras or Atnas, I don't know. It says here the fascinating prequel to the CD-ROM phenomenon. The Myst was a computer game, you may know, and it's an adventure game. And it was like in the 80s, I played it as a little kid, late 80s maybe, or early 90s, I'm sure late 80s. And you couldn't talk to anybody, or well, there was people that talked to you, but you couldn't talk with them, they just said things to you. And you just walk around this area, you just clicked and it would just move the camera. It would just do it that way, and there's little puzzles you have to do, and you pick stuff up, and you collect these pages of these books, and there's these people trapped in the books. It's interesting. So this is the prequel, meaning this is the story before the game. I thought, that'll be fascinating. I would get into that. I think that'll be really neat. So I'm glad I found this. Let me just give you the date here, 95. 95, and it even looks like a Myst book. Isn't that neat? I think that's neat. Alright, I've got some Terry Goodkind books here. Here, this is on its own. This isn't in a series. Terry Goodkind, The Law of Nines. You may know Terry Goodkind. He's a very successful writer and for fantasy. His Sword of Truth series is very well known. It's got like 1,000 views on Amazon. It's very popular. You can buy, and I haven't done it yet, you can buy 3 books at a time for $20 off. Well, this is Canada. This is .ca Amazon, not .com. .com Amazon is probably like $15 or something. I wish I could get U.S. book prices, but I guess going to used bookstores is already pretty cheap. So, Terry Goodkind was a follower of Ayn Rand and objectivism, which is Ayn Rand's philosophy. And so some of her philosophy is in his writing, especially in how he portrays a hero. So you should check out Terry Goodkind. I've got some more here. Here's Debt of Bones. It's a really tiny fiction. And apparently this is before the first novel of the Sword of Truth series. So this is like one half. If book 1, which is called Wizard's First Rule, that's book 1 of the Sword of Truth series. This one is one half. So it's before Wizard's First Rule. Okay, these are lovely hardcovers. Let me just see which ones these are. These are like far down the line of the series. What's that? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is book 11 of the Sword of Truth series called Phantom. Phantom. Here's Terry Goodkind, by the way. And brand new hardcover. Wonderful. I think it was like $2. So that's a great find. And I'll show you the series list here. Hopefully you can read that. There's the series list. So there's the first book there, Wizard's First Rule. It doesn't have the Dead of Bones one, probably because it was published later. And it also doesn't have book 12, which is this one. Let me just check to make sure it's book 12. It's called The Confessor. Yeah, there it is there. Yeah, The Confessor. Here's book 12. Oops. The Confessor. So right now I have 11, 12, 1/2, and I've got, is it 7 and 4? I have Naked Truth, which I think is 7. They're way up there. And I've got Temple of the Winds, which I think is book 4. So eventually I'd like to find the other ones. If I really, really, really want to start it, I'll just order the first 3 off .ca is $20. So what's that like? That's a little over $6 each. That's not too bad. For brand new, that's okay. And if it's something you want, then that's not too bad.